Yo, welcome to another episode of Otaku Rated Reviews.
Welcome back.
Hey.
I'm here with my good old friend Justin.
What's up, guys?
See ya.
What up?
And this is your host Andrew. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Odd Taxi.
Adult taxi.
So this series was pretty underrated at first. I remember watching the first episode when it first came out. Nobody knew what it was. And it didn't really have high ratings either. But I remember we all loved it at the beginning.
Hell yeah.
And if you go back and check out our very first episode of our podcast,
you will see how we predicted it right.
Yeah. We did say that it was going to be good. We liked the first episode a lot. So an Odd Taxi is basically about a story. The main character, was he a walrus?
Yeah, walrus. Yep.
So in this story, a bunch of them, all of them are like animals, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see them as animals and everything, and the main character, he just drives a taxi, and it's that type of show where you like, it's kind of like it's not exactly like a mystery show. This one technically is, but you know, like how it is, it's built up where like all of the side characters come in at different times and interact with the main character in different ways.
Yeah.
And honestly, this series is just like I can't go into too much of the story without. I don't want to spoil it. Basically,
if we're not spoiling, then
I'll just try to tell you a little bit what happened in the first episode. Where I think in the first episode, the main thing was there was a murder, right?
Mm-hmm. A murder.
There was a murder.
There was a body sinking into the river.
That was the first scene, and that was the main character singing to it. So we don't. That's something else. But then there was a murder of a girl and they're trying to find who the murderer was. And the main character is a taxi driver. And then after the first episode, I was like, maybe this main character is a suspect. So it's one of those type of anime, but it's pretty good. It's pretty interesting. The characters are great. And let's get on to what did you guys think about the series?
I really liked it because it was in a way it's its own world building, but the thing I liked about it was it reminded me a lot of like Hollywood movies.
Yeah, it did. It reminded me of that.
And it does. Not to say that I love Hollywood movies, but it's like this is one of the ones where it's like like you said, something happened with this person, and then you would see the next person's perspective point of view, and then it would like combine it into one while still continuing progressing the story. And then I finally watched Durarara.
Yeah, you see what I mean now?
Yeah.
A bunch of different characters, like they all have their own like mini arcs. And then sometimes they interact with each other. They don't interact with everybody else, but they interact with some other characters. And then at the end of the season, they all like everything collides. It has one big climax at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like that type of stuff. I don't know what that's called, but that's why when I was talking about it, I mentioned that.
Yeah. It was interesting. I like the main character. He's pretty funny.
Yep.
He makes, I don't know, some of the funniest
some like in a way
witty. Kind of witty.
Just kind of witty. It's kind of crude too, though. Yeah. like if you're the one interacting with him, you could feel offended by the stuff.
For sure.
But I mean, I thought it was pretty interesting because this dude's like this big walrus dude with kind of like kind of a deeper voice because the voice actor for it is Natsuki Hanae, and he voices like for example he voices Tanjiro in Demon Slayer. Imagine Tanjiro with a deeper voice. You'd
be like, what the fuck?
But then his character, instead of a wholesome boy, he's now a sarcastic old man. So it's pretty funny. So that's what I actually like about it because Natsuki Hanae is a pretty popular voice actor, and I do like him. And it was interesting to see him in this type of role.
Yeah, definitely,
for sure.
I don't want to get into too much spoilers, but to me, like Hollywood movies are usually kind of too fast paced for me because you only got like 2 hours to make a movie. Like for these anime series, this is more like in 12 episodes you already cover like around 4 hours of content.
True.
And then when you make it episodic, you can like kind of do more things when you do it in like 20-minute bursts, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, for like a movie, you gotta like think about like the whole thing is just 2 hours.
Yeah,
like, you gotta put everything in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So the part that felt more like Hollywood movie to me though was the ending, just because of the way we're like,
yeah, true.
yeah, like, yeah, I don't want to get into too much spoilers, but I've said it before on our podcast where that scene in the final episode just felt like straight out of a Hollywood movie. Like, it felt like more specifically, like it felt like it was out of like a kid's movie. You know what I mean? Like
everything comes together.
Yeah. Well, it was like it was kind of like a little too perfect for me. But then because I don't know, personally for me it made sense why all the characters were there in that place in Durarara. But then, but for an Odd Taxi, I was like, it doesn't make sense to me why all of them were there by that place at that time.
That's true.
I was like, they were just all randomly just there.
Coincidentally.
Yeah. Like, they didn't have a good reason to be there. They were just there.
Almost basically no relationship to one another.
Yeah, like a lot of them were like connected to the main character or to what was the events that were surrounding the main character. But it's like, so that was the part that kind of made me go, okay, this is kind of, I had to suspend my belief there for a moment. But overall, I liked the series. I didn't like the ending though, because going back to our podcast, in the very first episode, I said we had a discussion where David, who's not on this episode, he predicted what if he's just seeing everyone else's that. And then I
gave him the idea.
And right. So I was like, unless they have a good reason for that, I didn't like it, and I felt like the reason behind this wasn't good enough. Personally, and
same here.
And I didn't like how it was misdirection. Like I like misdirection, but I felt like this was more like this is just me personally. Like, I felt like it was more like cheap misdirection. You know what I mean? Like I wanted something more out of this other than like a past trauma or something.
Yeah.
But I did like how it connected to, who ended up being the person that helped him throughout his whole life. I thought that was pretty cool. Even though I saw it from a mile away. Like, I mean, I didn't see it from the beginning of the series, but like halfway through the series, I was like, all right, I already know this guy's role in the story. That, and then once they did that, I was like, I still like that part. I thought that was cool. But outside of that, I mean, what other characters did you guys like in the series?
I said it on the podcast too, but what's her name?
You're talking about
the llama.
She's an alpaca.
Alpaca.
Yeah. She's good, but I think if I were to choose, I might go with
the gangster guy.
The
rapper guy.
Maybe that's Sue's favorite. I might go with
the porcupine where he raps every verse. That's hilarious.
I might go with Dobu. Because he gets more screen time, but also he's not like a bad guy in a way. He'll still like mess you up and everything, but it's not like I feel like he's just a person that acts tough and he'll back his words, but just don't mess with them. You know what I mean? Like he's just somebody you don't mess with, but he's not technically too bad of a guy. I know there's a couple things that he's done to people, but when he was playing with
you're talking about that's the in the words of Sue, that's the bamboo dude, right?
Oh yeah, the bamboo dude.
I was so triggered when you guys kept on repeating. I was like, dude, it's why am I getting triggered?
No, because we're just making fun of Sue because he called him bamboo. But no, I was gonna joke with you. I was like, wait, you're having Stockholm syndrome now. You're like the alpaca.
He got me.
Yeah,
he got me all down.
The alpaca is like got dirtied by him and then like was with him and then started liking him. So
I guess I like him too now.
Yep. All right, that's cool. I mean, I like him too. I agree. Yeah. I think he's a pretty cool character.
Yeah.
For you, what about you? Said the rapper guy?
Yeah, otherwise the main character, but
I said other than the main character. I know we all like the main
character.
It's true. Man, for me, I'm gonna have to agree. It probably would be. It's really hard to. I guess if I had to choose a character that's not those two, I would probably just choose the. He had such little screen time, but the guy at the end. Remember I told you guys one of my favorite scenes was when he was in the phone call?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, and then we see the first scene where the monkey guy like responds to him, and then at the end he realizes, oh wait, this dude wasn't even talking to me.
Yeah.
And then later on we see him actually from his point of view when he was talking, and then the monkey dude kept going, huh? That was one of my favorite scenes. I thought that was funny, and I don't like this guy more than the two characters you guys talk about. I just wanted to throw in another character. Because, like I said, he had very little screen time. He really didn't talk that much in the series. You didn't see that much of him in here, but you could tell like he was more of a charismatic guy. Like he was, a mafia leader for a reason, or a yakuza leader for a reason, I should say. So he just gave up that vibe, and then that's why I knew. I was like, okay, he has something to do with, like, something deeper to do with the story. So
I should have realized then.
So I mean, for this series, was there anything that you disliked? Let's put it that way.
I want to say surprisingly, I think pacing maybe. Was it like kind of choppy, or is it too slow, too fast? I think some parts might have been a little like there might be a couple parts that might be like a little too long, because some scenes you could just like it sometimes they're just boring, but it's not like it was bad. It's just it just happened. I don't know what else you could do to make it more fast paced.
Sure. I mean, it is like 13 episodes, right? So
yeah. I mean, that's true. Honestly, it's already usually animes that are only that long is kind of sometimes they need more time.
Yeah.
But what about you, Sia?
For me, I pretty like it, but probably the only thing I dislike about it is just probably the genre.
Yeah, it's not your type of genre.
Yeah,
it's
just not my genre.
Yeah.
But then I do like the anime, because what's keeping me interested is just like all the funny stuff and like
true.
The witty
character interactions.
and all the characters are really interesting.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, for me, I definitely already said to me the ending was a little disappointing. I didn't like the way they ended it. Not that way. I don't mind open-ended endings, but I don't like how this specifically they did this one.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was I really like when shows kind of foreshadow something, give you the hints and everything, and then pays off. And like when you see certain scenes happen, it makes sense. Like for example, like when he this is going to spoiler territory now, so I don't want to. I just want to give you that warning. But remember when he was talking with that was I think the horse dude, right? The manager.
Oh yeah.
And then he was driving off somewhere, and then that dude tried to kill him. And then the alpaca saved him.
Oh yeah. She did Capricorn.
Yeah. But it's kind of ridiculous how she was at the right place at the right time, and they're out in the middle of nowhere.
He's a dog.
And then he was a dog. You're right. My bad. Yeah, it's not the horse dude. Yeah, the horse dude is the boyfriend of the I got it mixed up. My bad.
I was like,
of the idol. Yeah, the dog. That's what I meant. My bad. Not the horse dude. The dog. Yeah.
Like,
but you remember that scene, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, if they gave us like a bunch of lead up to that, and like they gave us a reason why like all that happened, and she was there and everything. So I had to like once again suspend my belief, where I was just like, okay, it's kind of ridiculous that she was perfectly there to save him, and they were like in the middle of nowhere. And but then it made like I do like how they joked about her. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but her
Capora.
Capora.
Capora. Yeah. Like it was funny when they
when she did it.
When she talked about it at first, when they first were talking to each other, and then later on she does it there. Yeah, that was pretty good build. Lead up to that. I like that. So I mean, any final thoughts on this series before we wrap it up?
Highly recommended.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like the genre, but it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning, this show was underwatched. Now, a lot of other people, especially big name people, are shining a light on it. So more and more people are checking it out.
Yeah.
But if you happen to not have seen it yet, we do recommend you to watch it. All right.
Big name people like Garnt.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to ratings. There we go. Yeah. What are you guys' ratings for it? Justin?
I think I said on the podcast, 4 out of 5.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't remember what I gave it.
What do you give it now?
Now? Probably a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
All right. To me, I'm sticking with the same thing I said on the podcast. 3 out of 5 for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it had a good ending, it probably would have been a 4 out of 5. If I liked the ending more, it would have been a 4 out of 5.
I wasn't too bothered by the ending, so
I wasn't either.
Yep. All right, that's it for this episode of Otaku Rated Reviews. Thanks for watching. Make sure to tell us what you think if you've seen Odd Taxi down in the comments below.
Please do.
Like, subscribe. This
is the first time.
See you guys next time.
See ya.